Okay, so the question that I have in front of me is, how has being a mom changed your perspective on today's worlds and the lessons you'll teach your child? Oh man. Wow, first off, I think nothing ever prepares you for being a mom. Nothing ever prepares you for the challenges that you face as a mom. And I'm getting super emotional because I'm just thinking about, like, I was 21 when my first daughter was born, and I found out I was pregnant. I found out I was pregnant at 24 weeks pregnant. My birth control had failed me, and I was still getting spotting throughout my period, like throughout the first portion of my pregnancy. And so I never really thought to do anything about it, because I'm kind of that lucky woman that has, really, really light periods. And so I never really thought to check it in the first trimester until it completely disappeared. And so when it completely disappeared, that's when I got a pregnancy test, and I was like, oh shit, I'm pregnant. And when I went to go get an ultrasound, it was like, oh yeah, you're 24 weeks pregnant. So it was just like a complete different, like my world had like flipped around. And so, I think like I've always had a mom lens ever since I was 21. And so, for me, I never wanted to live with the mentality that motherhood meant that I had to stop all my dreams as a woman, and that motherhood meant that it meant for me that I had to sacrifice everything about who I was as a woman. And so, I continued to work really hard for my family, and I still continue to work hard a lot for my family now. And, I think in terms of the lessons that I want to teach my child and leave behind for my children, is that motherhood doesn't have to change your dreams. It can just shape and add color to it, which is what it did for me. I never anticipated to be as focused with my time, and I don't think I would have been able to have that skill set had it not been for having kids early on. Nor would I have had the skill set of being able to value something so important in life, such as raising a family and being responsible and all those things, had it not have been for motherhood, because it just completely changes everything around that. I think, one of the things that I would tell my children now, or like the lessons that I would leave them behind, would be around loving themselves first and making sure that no matter what they do, that they continue to work on their self and personal development, that they do a lot of introspection, that they learn the lessons they need to learn, and that, relationships are designed to be our greatest teachers in life. I think, the more and more we are able to learn about ourselves while we're in relationship to others. And I don't mean like romantic relationships. I mean like professional relationships, work relationships, friendships even, and even the relationships that we have with family. Like, that provides us with so much lived experience that we won't ever get from a textbook. I think the other piece of advice or lesson that I would give my children is that to never stop chasing their dreams. I think so oftentimes we are taught stories of what we should be as a woman and who we should be, and the different like markers of success, such as, get a career, find a partner, get married, all those things. And one of the things that I would probably tell my daughters today is none of those success markers matter. What matters is your happiness, and what matters is pursuing the things that light you up from the inside out, because that'll keep you going no matter how hard life can be. And to never compare your own joy to somebody else's, because everyone's happiness is defined by their own terms. And sometimes what we see on the internet is really truly a curated highlight reel, and we would never know the challenges that people might be facing. And so, with that in mind, I guess the biggest lesson in all of it would be comparison is a thief of joy. And pursue what lights you up, because that, at the end of the day, is the most important thing in the world.